I wanted to do a quick video on how I organize my Final Cut Pro footage and how I start new projects. I've seen a couple of questions come across it, and I figured I'll show you how my process is. This has worked very well. We probably made almost 100 videos this way. I really liked this process, and it's worked really well for me in archiving and keeping file sizes small, moving them across different external drives, and I really haven't had any problems with it. So I just wanted to show you my process, and maybe that can help you with your process when you're working with Final Cut Pro. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is create a new event. I actually do all of my events in a solid state drive. I'm using a SanDisk 1 terabyte solid state drive, and I build all my projects on there so they don't take up any hardware space. Any active footage I also store on that same drive, so it's super fast to access. And then once I'm done with those projects, I will archive them in their appropriate folders for whatever it is, whether it's for Kristen's channel, A Wishful Plan, or whether it's for kind of our family video channel. I'll archive those in separate libraries. But that way only active projects are open in my my solid state drive. Okay, this one's for Kentucky. And Indiana. We're going to keep everything just like this. This is all the settings I use. I try and keep it at 24 frames a second. I film a lot of stuff in 60 frames a second, but that way we can go into slow-mo. Alright, so now we have our new library. I go into Finder, and I'll show you how I have this solid state drive kind of organized. I pushed it over to the side. So this is the solid state drive here. We'll go into this view. So this is A Wishful Plan, and all the active videos I kind of have in A Wishful Plan. This is where I keep my library for Final Cut Pro, and then this is Living Past Tomorrow and kind of all of our final videos we've done so far. And then these are all of the footage I haven't used yet that I'm going to use for videos to catch up on. And then any music I keep kind of a library of on here, and special effects. So that way this is the only drive I need to make videos. So alright, so we're doing Kentucky and Indiana, so I need to go find that footage. So I have everything organized by date and then by name of place, so it's easy for me to find. When I click on that, I'm kind of still working on this. It's evolved a little bit, but mostly it's any events we did there will be the event, and then any camera involved in that event. And then I do typically keep just one picture or one folder for raw pictures, and then I'll do all those in Lightroom kind of as one big category. I don't need those separated out. Each place is at most a week, so I don't need them segregated out any further than that. And that's kind of how it is. So we're going to need Mammoth Cave, and then what I do is I drag over that whole folder into the project window. And what that does is then when I go into Final Cut Pro, I can see everything for just Mammoth Cave, and here's all of my stuff for that Mammoth Cave section. But if I wanted to see Canon 80D files, I can do that, or Dashcam. So how I got the Dashcam tab, or kind of tag, is if I go into Mammoth Cave and I go to my GoPro footage, there's some stuff that's just kind of normal, and then there's, let's see if we can find a Dashcam one. Here, there's one. So this would be what I call a dash cam. So to quickly be able to find those, I go in and I tag everything. So this is a national park. In case I ever want to go back and pull national park footage, I can go into my search bar, type in national park, and it'll show me all files tagged national park. This is also probably going to be a time lapse since it's a drive thing, so I tagged it as that. Dashcam, GoPro. So in all of these go in and get tags. And that way, if I ever want to search something in the future, I can do that. I typically will also, if the clip is highlighting a particular person, we'll go in and tag it. So if I want to see great footage of Keegan, I can go in and type in Keegan, and I'll find all that footage pretty quickly. Alright, well, let's keep going. So that was Mammoth Cave. We do not need Arkansas video narration, but we did do Clifty Falls. So let's make sure we're just in the main project. Clifty Falls we'll drag in, and then Lincoln's birthplace was back in Kentucky. So, so make sure to drag over this whole project. And then that is all the footage basically I need for this project. So now it's just going through, picking the clips you want, dragging them down, layering music, layering effects. You guys know the drill there. And you're off to the races. So the one thing I do like doing for my projects within the event is creating one main one and then one kind of commercial, and I typically post that on Instagram. So depending on what we want to do, I'll go in here and I'll create a new project and then just call it, like, we'll just do IGTV. Since IGTV is portrait mode, you have to switch everything. So go to custom format, swap this 1080, 1820, leave everything else the way it is, hit OK, and then you'll have your IGTV project in its own format there. And that's kind of the process I have set up to do our videos. I hope this was helpful. I hope some of you guys find some tips and tricks to get your footage more organized. I spent quite a bit of time researching this, and this was what I found worked best for my process within footage storage, as well as Final Cut Pro editing and file management. It's very different than Premiere, so I wanted to do a quick video showing the process I have for organizing my footage in Final Cut Pro. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye.